Hey there, my name is Pravus and welcome back to more Settlement Survival in the village I am calling Darby Hill, Montashire. Expanding pretty aggressively here, let's go ahead and finish off a task goal for the distillery. Looks like that finishes up just about everything right now. Alright, fine. There are at least a couple other things that I know we're going to need very soon that the game hasn't recommended yet, but let's go ahead and fix that now. We know we're going to need a tailor's workshop, which will take leather, wool, alpaca wool, linen, or cotton cloth and make some form of clothing. So we'll go ahead and place that, let's say, right over, I guess here will be fine. We also want to place down a blacksmith, which can make either iron tools or stone tools, whichever we would prefer. I'm thinking we'll do something kind of like this. There we go. We're going to need that soon because we have been burning through our tools and our clothing fairly aggressively. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of workers to sustain all of that. That's the primary concern I have right now, but if we can get some people to grow up, well then, we will be looking just fine and dandy. And worst come to worst, if I have to turn off a few different jobs, then I will be able to do that. We also could place down some additional housing because at this point we've had some people reach adulthood. Surely they are looking to start their own family. Again, this is just like Banished. People at a very young age will start moving in together and can start to procreate as long as we keep the stress under control. So, be careful about how quickly you build out your houses. That's a very good way to hit a death spiral. Again, if this game is anything like Banished, and we know that it is. So we don't want to run into that situation, but yeah, there we go. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these fields, I've decided, by the way. I don't really like their current positioning. Well, I mean, hang on, let me think. This is like an 8x8, right? And had 2 jobs by default. Maybe that's the most efficient type of job or something. Oh, I don't know. I was thinking about just getting rid of it, but that's fine. We just don't have to have them work over there right now. It's completely fine. All right, so there's nothing, I think, for us to make here because I'm pretty sure we don't have any more resources. So let's just go ahead and turn off this job and turn off the distillery like so. Have people go and work somewhere else, do something more productive. Like, I don't know, work in the tailor's workshop. So let's take a look over here. Now, here's a cool thing about the UI. If we hover over this, we can see what resources we currently have in reserves. At the moment, it appears to be absolutely freaking nothing. Well, that's not good. Okay, I imagine we're gonna get some leather or something. Hang on, let me take a look at our hunter's hut over here. It says we did get some leather earlier in the year. I don't see any evidence that we have any leather, though, so it must be being used somewhere else for something. Maybe we'll find it again later. Unless we can look under, let's say... not clothing, raw materials, textiles. Here we go. We have reeds, but it says we don't have any leather, so somewhere that disappeared. All right. Well, hopefully we will find some more soon. Otherwise, we're gonna need to find a way to domesticate or grow some sort of material, or we're gonna have a serious problem. As far as our blacksmith, let's choose a recipe over here. I'm thinking probably go ahead and get the iron tools, which have better working efficiency than a stone tool. Stone tools are pretty good, but I mean, they just have a very low life expectancy. If you can get the iron together, that's going to be the better way to go. So let's see, we don't have any laborers. I can't assign anyone over here, but that's fine because right now we don't have materials anyway. So these guys go out once per season, huh? If we can get some more jobs working here in the hunter's cabin, I would love to find a new source of this leather. By the way, let's go to our big well. And instead of having an infinite water supply, let's just say once you get up to about 1,000, stop. Because I obviously do not need to have an unlimited water supply taking up all of my storage. I think I'll also go ahead and close off one of these jobs around the big well. I feel like that's a little bit excessive, so having one extra person who can go somewhere else is probably going to be a good thing for me. So we have one laborer available. I guess I'll go ahead and assign that person to the hunting cabin for now, and they go out every month looking for some new animals to hunt. Like these deer over here. Are you whacking? Oh my god, he literally just bludgeoned it to death with a hoe. Did you see that? Jeez, what a brutal way to go. All right. Yeah, my respect for these guys seems to have grown immensely. All right, well, that means that we should start producing a little bit of leather, which means we will be able to start producing some of this here. Yeah, okay. Hovering over this, it tells you I have 16 leather in reserves. That's so helpful. When trying to choose which of these clothes you want to make, having something that immediately tells you what you actually can afford to make right now is just great, so I don't have to go hunting for everything. I'm just saying, there's little things like this in the game that are just so darn nice. I mean, how could you possibly say no? Love it. Let's see, as far as our logging camp, it looks like we seem to have destroyed all of the trees in this area. I'm gonna go ahead and pull back on one of these jobs for now. And instead, let's assign them over here to the tailor's workshop so we can start making some additional clothing. Alrighty then, so this is all looking pretty good. As far as food, I'm just kind of keeping an eye on our numbers over here. Right now we're sort of alright. The fishing dock currently doesn't have anyone over here. We could start to produce some fish. Eventually, though, we'll be able to start researching things like getting fishing nets and using reeds in order to start making nets so that we can gather fish far more efficiently, blah, blah, blah. All of those things are going to be nice. By the way, let's make sure that we set a very simple... I'm thinking maybe like 50 clothes and like 30 tools or something. You know, I don't want people to start making tons of clothing and use up all my materials, especially when my population is this low. So let's say 40. All right, that way this person currently isn't working over here. They can just function like a regular laborer for the moment. Our fuel reserves are low. Is that so? Let's see. Yes, it is. We have none. Well, we are getting into autumn pretty soon, so we're going to wish that we had something to work with. As far as planks, once we have, let's say, 100, go ahead and stop. I don't see any reason to overproduce and use up all of my lumber, at least not yet. But having at least a few planks would be nice. Now, if we want to get additional silver coins, something we would want to do is research the grocery store. I don't know why it's called the grocery store, that's just what it is. It's a mini market. And here we'll be able to sell a bunch of our goods and just get silver coins. Using silver coins, we will be able to trade with the merchant, who is going to be sailing by pretty soon, but obviously we did not build the ferry. I guess I can go ahead and turn this on, but it's obviously not going to be done in time. But when the next one comes by, that'll be fine. Immigrants are going to be arriving in a few seasons. Now, I would love to get some extra population boost, so getting a town hall would make a lot of sense. I could place one right over here, and it actually would fit just about perfectly. Fascinating. Alternatively, no, that's not a good spot. We could place you over here, I suppose. Where do we want to have a town hall, do you think? Over here, maybe? Nah, it doesn't fit either. These roads are just slightly in the way. Yeah. Alright, let's just go ahead and place it over here for simplicity more than anything else. That should be fine. And yeah, by the way, we could place down some bridges and stuff and go across the river if we so desire. Or we could place down tunnels that let me go through the mountains. Don't anticipate that being a need anytime soon. It's just a thing that we would be able to do. Let's go ahead and place down some roads over here. Make sure that people are easily able to get to their respective jobs. There we go. All right, looking fine. So people are trying to build up the ferry. We are now trying to build up a town hall. Here comes the merchant ship. Bye, merchant ship. Come by next time, and we'll have something for you. Oh, you just ran over my guys. Yeah, I see that the pathing is still a thing. Even in Banished, pathing for those ships was always just abysmal, really. All right, well, this warehouse is looking very full right now. I'm wondering if we want to start expanding anything else. No, probably not. I mean, it would be nice. It would be very nice to be able to get some bigger warehouses and stuff, but with so few available laborers, I just feel like we can't really afford to assign anyone to any extra jobs right now. We just have to stick with what we've got. No more warehouses needed. We can't really expand any of our production capabilities right now either. We're kind of stuck with what we've got. As far as things like professions, I just wanted to show you guys how many professions there are. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. It goes on and on and on and on and on. I'm just saying, there's so much to do. You know what this reminds me a little bit of is Banished's Colonial Charter mod. Remember that? I did that on the channel a while back, actually. There was just so much content that came out of that. A major overhaul mod from the community. That's what this game is kind of like, but even more, which is just kind of crazy, but there you go. Do you want to go ahead and turn on the boarding house? Yeah, as long as we have the lumber to support it, let's go ahead and construct this so that people have some place to live. Also, we have some immigrants on the way relatively soon, so I want to make sure that we have a place to put all of them. I want to receive those immigrants, and I want to put them up in a boarding house until I can figure out how many houses we are going to need. Some citizens are cold, but as long as they can get to some sort of a house that is heated, they will end up being just fine. So that guy, for example, just went into this home. They're heating up. They're going to be A-okay. Nothing to worry about. Tailor's workshop should still be doing some work now. It looks like we are indeed producing some rough clothes. We are producing some tools. We've actually gone over our current number. We produced 42 this year, apparently. You're not still producing more, are you? Because you were supposed to stop. I really hope that works exactly the way that I was expecting it to. It'd be a little embarrassing if it did not, don't you think? Anyway, I wanted to place this close to where I have some warehouses and stuff, just so it has some easy access to its materials. It's just one of those things you learn from playing a lot of Banished. You really want to have people living close to their jobs, and you want to make sure that their jobs are close to their respective storage areas. I've been inefficient with my housing placement only for the sake of a nicer looking city. That's it. Do not think that this is necessarily better. What would be better is placing a house like literally over here. But that's one thing that's different from Banished, is because of the placement of the marketplace, I can't place a house right next to their jobs. So, I don't know, it kind of forces me to play a little bit more centralized. So there's the ferry. Now, I'm going to go ahead and turn off these jobs, because until we have a merchant come by, I don't really see much reason to do this. Why take up one of our valuable jobs? So we'll ignore that for the moment. I want to prioritize the building of this, please. Let's go ahead and get that town hall going nice and fast. We do have a couple free laborers, but they're going to be going away pretty soon once we do turn on this field. Where did somebody else go? We had somebody else take a job that I didn't want them to. We had 3 earlier. I don't know where he went. Where did he go? I don't know. Okay. Well, we could turn off the blacksmith and stuff, and I guess we do that. We're out of leather, so let's turn off the tailor's workshop, just have some of these guys to work with. Let's turn back on the field, since we should be getting into spring in about a month. Actually, you know what? Until we get there, why bother? No, I don't know. Maybe the game doesn't care so much about seasons as much as temperature. It's possible, dang it. I have no idea. This is the first time I've ever played the game. I'm trying to figure it out just as much as you guys. All right, so that's the town hall. Just in time, we are 3 months away from having a bunch of immigrants arrive. Okay. So we also be able to recruit a mayor. I'm not sure how that's going to work. Maybe the mayor gives some sort of a localized benefit? Maybe. March has arrived. Okay. Do we have access to any more leather? See, once again, I can immediately check right here and see, do we have any leather? No? Well, then why turn on this workshop? Right? It's just cool. I like it. I see a whole bunch of turkeys over here. I don't suppose we've captured any young animals or anything. Let's hit the I key and check. Doesn't say that we have anything that's currently domesticated and available. I really want to place down a pasture off in this general vicinity. We can go ahead and build this, but... And I'm not going to have anyone work here, obviously, until we can get some animals. They just come over here and bludgeon these turkeys to death. Gosh dang, the brutal efficiency of these people. When you're living out in the wilderness, you do what you gotta. Am I right? Yeah? What about agave? Do we have any? Oh, I got agave. Okay, let's go ahead and turn this distillery back on and let people start making some spirits. Use up some water, use up some of this agave tequila, and make something nice and hard and alcoholic so that people feel a little bit better about their situation in life. Let's go ahead and collect all this iron out of here. Let's get some of this stone out of the way. And we need to harvest some more trees. I'm thinking we go ahead and clear this area out like so. If we have any laborers available, we should make use of it. What else can we do? Well, we could go for things like fermenting, which allows me to place down a winery if we had any grapes, but I don't have that yet. Soap apparently improves health. A soap workshop requires fat blubber or beeswax. I have none of those things. All right. Police station, if there are criminals, sheriffs pin them down. Well, right now with a church in a small city, I don't think we have to worry about that. Tents, sheep homes, not worried about any of that right now. Education. Now, with this many children, I am thinking having some students would be great. We just need to have these immigrants so I have some extra workers so someone can actually teach. Let's go ahead and activate this point here so that when we do build a school, it will be a little bit more effective, can house more people, and gets extra school development points. What about education efficiency? Uses paper to increase efficiency by 100%. Well, we don't have paper yet. We would be able to start making this at the paper mill, processes reeds or timber into paper. Huh, that's interesting. What about medical research? Accelerates treatments of waterborne diseases like cholera. There are specific diseases in the... Wow. All right. Yeah, sure. Why not? I don't need the grocery store right now. What does pottery do? I need sand mining and stuff first. So we'll be able to make cutlery. Yeah, don't worry about that. What about mining? We'd be able to mine iron and coal at a mountain. Okay. There's also a stone pit to try and get some extra stone. Furnace burden. Make charcoal, I assume. Okay. A lot of options here. Silver ore. That's something we'd be able to sell off for a pretty good amount of silver coin. Laid stone. A masonry workshop. Use stones to laid stone. Better roads. And then there's lighting, which I would need a lighting factory for. Good lord. What about toilets? Improve the health level of all houses. Oh, it's for luxury houses, though. So presumably this doesn't do me any good right now. Oh gosh, there's just so much to consider. So much to consider. What about things like composts? Animal dung into fertilizer? If only I had some animals. Feed mill? Corn and beans into fodder. Apiary for bees. That could be good. This doesn't require anything prior in order to take advantage of. Sure. We'll be able to start taking advantage of Some beeswax, and maybe make some soap at some point to improve the health. Grove, same function as an orchard, can be fertilized. Okay. Reeds, a reed farm. Gosh, dang, that's going to be important. We need sand mining first, though. Processing, salt, mill, weaving, knitting. Yeah, knitting workshop so we can start getting those fish nets I was talking about. Yeah, there's a lot to do here. There is a lot to do here. Good lord. Oh, this is interesting. Transfer station will transport stored goods to out-of-range warehouses. But this requires glass and stuff, which obviously I do not have available at the moment. Wow. Wow. All right, well, not going to worry about any of that right now. The town is developing well. Should we go to the town hall and see if people will take us in? 10 immigrants. I will approve. Now, I don't know if this is like Banished, where they will technically bring some diseases in with them. I hope that's not the case. We do have a boarding house, so you all should be able to live here. Temporary shelter? I assume people will be able to live there. That's kind of the idea, isn't it? Well, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Let's see. We'll go ahead and place down a couple of houses off in this direction, kind of close to some other jobs over in this direction. Let's go ahead and place down some housing over here so that people will be able to live close to things like the fishing dock, which we will go ahead and allow for somebody to work over there. Let's see. Any other jobs I want right now? Let's turn back on the blacksmith and the tailor's workshop since I have a little bit that I can work with and we're low on tools. What else? How about an extra person working at the logging camp? The gathering station? No, you know what? Never mind. We're okay on where we are right now. Have you discovered any animals? None. All right, so we're still not worried about the pasture. We should turn this off in the meantime so somebody's not working there for no reason. Distillery is still doing okay. Ferry? We've got a few months to go on that. I don't feel like I need more food. So let's go ahead and try building instead some services. Maybe now is the time to go ahead and get that school I was talking about. We can place you right over here. Perfect. That'll look great. Yeah, set up the school. Kids will be able to go and get educated, and we'll be in a much better position. The sawmill, you know, if we've got enough planks, we should probably go and work on something else. Construction materials. That's not where I find planks. Raw materials? There's 100 there. All right, so no one's working over here, hence this symbol. Let's go ahead and change the recipe up and start making some domestic fuel. Because as of now, we are still pretty low on fuel, and we're going into autumn right now. Let's go ahead and increase this personnel a little bit more, and I think we should go ahead and set up another logging camp, because so far, we're kind of behind as far as timber is concerned. So where do I set that up? Great question. Maybe one over here? Maybe one over here, I guess. Kind of work. It's a bit far away, to be honest. I feel like this is the better spot. I hate to interfere with any placement of more of the town as well as a farm in the future, but yeah, I guess for now we're gonna go ahead and have to do that. I just need to be able to get some additional lumber. Lumber is a problem. Yes, we can manually tell people to go and chop down trees, but is that the sustainable solution? Of course it's not. So we don't want to do that. What else we got over here? Let's go ahead and unlock the grocery store. So I have the ability to do that if I want. Trading posts. A caravan can come by. Oh, instead of just sea transportation. Well, that's interesting. Sand mining is something that people have said that we need to do at some point. It seems to be a prerequisite for a lot of different constructions. Stone pit. What I'd love to do is find something that makes us even more effective at getting wood, but I don't see anything like that. Laid stone. It would be nice to have even better roads, wouldn't it? But that feels like a really weird use of jobs. Is that worth it? Clean water. What does this do? Produces a large amount of drinking water with a water mill, so presumably it's a bit more efficient. Ah, that could be useful. I guess for now I'm going to hold on to this extra point until I can figure out what else I want to do with this. Let's go ahead and turn this off. We're still looking very good as far as food. Nothing really to worry about there. I will have somebody else working here at the hunting cabin for even more leather production because we know that that's a problem. In fact, right now we are out of leather. And we are going to have a pretty serious issue as far as clothing in a little bit. But there's not much else we can do here. Let me think. Flax at a weaving workshop. If I had flax, that could work. cotton, presumably from cotton at the weaving workshop, and I don't have any alpacas or sheep. When the merchant comes down, we may pray that they have some clothes, because we are going to have problems here pretty soon. Raw materials. What other textiles do we have? Feathers. I don't know what to do with feathers. Is there anything we can do with feathers? Maybe. We have more than enough spirits here at the moment. I guess I'll temporarily turn you off and we'll just continue gathering up some agave. This is where I'm starting to run out of a little steam here because I'm not too sure what I need to be doing. Got 5 workers here. Where's the school? There's the school. So we're currently teaching 1 student. There should be obviously more than that. Would everyone please get over here? Research progress. Education and research development experience. So interestingly enough, kind of like the Research Institute, simply having the school and educating children so that the children can do something is resulting in me getting extra science. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this doesn't make your citizens individually more efficient like it would in Banished, but at least it gives your children something to do that is useful for the colony. That could very well be. That would be interesting. Apiary. This is something that was suggested to be placed down over in this direction. Close to all of the trees, right? Yeah, we'll go ahead and build one of those out. I like to go ahead and start getting some beeswax. I don't know. Different food sources and stuff are usually pretty good. Let's see. The logging camp over here will start felling trees and planting some more down. So this is all looking fine so far. I'm debating getting rid of the chopping house because I'd much rather people come over here to the water sawmill in order to get some fuel. And by the way, we're producing a fair bit of fuel. Now let's see. 10 logs for 20 fuel, 5 for 10. So it's the same ratio. At least one's not more efficient than the other. One's just faster in terms of jobs. Which obviously makes this better, but it means if I'm ever running low on jobs, we should go ahead and pull this guy away from the chopping house. That is an easy one to get rid of. He's on the chopping block, you might say. Ha 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 ha. Yeah. Capped out on tools. Well, with the population going up, I think I'll go ahead and set this to 40. Maybe 50 even. Yeah, let's set that to 50. Same over here with clothes, but I'm very concerned about clothes now. Very concerned. We're in the middle of winter and I'm going to run out. I might need to get myself another hunting cabin. All we're finding so far are geese and turkeys, which is getting me lots of feathers, but not much else. One thing we could do, if we can find an icon over here representing a good hunting ground. I've only seen one so far. No. All right, the only one I know about is over here. And this symbol means that if you go over here, you will find some sort of animals. A cub. It's like a guarantee that you're going to find a young animal. So, for example, I see a whole bunch of alpacas over here. And I'm thinking, dear God in heaven, I need this. The problem is, it is so far away from my main base that I am concerned we can't get over there and survive. I don't know. Well, I do know we need to get a bridge, regardless, so let's go ahead and start constructing this. What's the problem here? Maybe this is getting in the way. Do you think that they're unable to build a bridge at the fissure here? That would actually make some sense. Let's instead try doing this. Or, no, we're just out of timber entirely, aren't we? Yep, that's the problem. Okay. Okay, no, we need to start chopping down some more trees. Fair enough. Harvest trees. How about all of these? I don't know where they came from. Get rid of those. Get rid of these. We've got laborers for a reason, am I right? Stress is going up a little bit, which will be slowing down my birth rate, but that's honestly probably a good thing for me right about now. And people are going to get real stressed when we run out of clothes. Nobody tell them. Nobody tell them that we got nothing left. Huh? This is why we got plenty of tequila. You don't need to worry about clothes. You got tequila. It's a fair trade. Pretty sure. All right, let's see. Bridge? No, that's not what I wanted. Divert road. Let's go ahead and construct that out over there. There we go. Merchant will be arriving in a couple of seasons. I'm going to pray that we can find something useful over there. I'm going to go ahead and turn off this chopping house. I do think that we are creating a lot of fuel probably too quickly. I might want to turn off the water sawmill. Since we're getting out of winter, I think we're okay right now. Let's turn that off and let people go and work as laborers instead. Let's see. These trees are all out of range, so let's go ahead and harvest all of these. Clear that all out. Okay. We're almost done constructing a bridge. I think I might temporarily try to place down a hunter's hut over here. Oh, there's also a freaking ton of buffalo. See if we can capture any of these alpaca. And if we can start domesticating and growing these, that solves some very significant issues for me. So we're gonna try for it. It's just so far away that I don't know if it's gonna work. This is now gonna be a top priority. Try to build that out. Okay, let's see if this does anything for me. Let's go ahead and build the roads out like this. There we go, and off they go to do their thing. Okay. We'll see what happens. Let's go ahead and turn back on the fields. We're still doing okay as far as food is concerned. Running a bit lower on water. Might want to go ahead and turn on an extra job off in this direction. We're still healing people at the clinics. No problems there. Research Institute, we never did build. Do we need to? I don't know. The boarding house does have a lot of women, specifically. It's a woman's house. Huh. All right. I'm not too sure why, but there you go. Let's go ahead and build out a couple more houses in this direction. I'd like to go ahead and give them some place to live, and if some boys can grow up and become men, we'll start having some more babbies. This also might be a good reason to have more immigrants. But you can see up here, 20 months later, no sign of any immigrants. It's gonna be a problem. Let's make sure we assign somebody to work here at the ferry. I do want to flag down this merchant ship. It will be arriving sometime soon. So people have a long way to go to try and deliver resources over here to the hunting cabin. Ugh. This is gonna suck. It's gonna take so long, but it's all worth it if we can just get a single alpaca. Still no animals. Ugh. You guys couldn't even domesticate any dang turkeys? Anything? No? That's too much to hope for? Fair enough. All right, merchant ship, where are you? You coming? I was promised a merchant ship. He should be coming down this river. He'll be coming down the river when he comes. Probably. I think. Maybe. Starting to get a fair bit more lumber. Okay, good. This forest is definitely doing exactly what I hoped it would. We apparently need clay. A resource that I didn't know about in order to get the apiary running. So let's go to mining. Can a sand mining get clay? Yes. Let's activate that. There's also a calcining kiln, which can make bricks and glass. Well, hello. That's interesting. Okay. Well, I'm not going to worry about that right now. Town hall. Can we get a mayor? No. I have no idea when we're able to get a mayor, but right now the answer is no, you cannot have that. All right, fair enough. What about, let's see, storage? No, there's the grocery store. Don't care about that. There is the sand pit. So this gets placed close up to the shoreline. We could place you here. Some citizens are thirsty. Yeah, I know. You know why? They're starving and they're thirsty because they had to run all the way over here. So can you... Okay, you're starving. I don't know if you're going to survive running to this hunting cabin. Also, did the alpacas leave? They're over here. They're not too far away. You need to go home and eat, buddy. You need to go home and eat. Quickly, please. That's the problem. They're so far away, this builder anyway, that he's going to die. I'm going to pause this so that he doesn't have an excuse not to go home and get some food and some water, because losing population right now would obviously be pretty terrible. Health is not great. Not great. But there we go. We've taken care of some of our immediate needs, and here comes this person he's taken care of as well. Okay. Now we turn this back on. Come on, somebody get me some alpacas. Ugh, frickin' llamas. Frickin' llamas. We do have some leather to work with again. That's good. Why is no one working over here? They are now delivering it, and they should start producing some clothes. We're only gonna get 5 sets of clothes, though. 3 citizens don't even have any clothes. Hi, merchants. What do you got? Candy, wine, beer, fuel, coal, eggs. So you got nothing I need then, huh? Well, this is unfortunate. All right, let me think. If you get some coal, at least that takes care of some fuel issues. Domestic fuel's a lot cheaper. We could probably buy a bunch of this. I don't care about beer, wine, and candy. And I don't need to get the soap. Medical soap is a different thing, apparently. Yeah, I guess it's okay for me to buy, let's say, 100 domestic fuel. Maybe 200 using some of these coins. That's going to cost 600 silver coins. That's fine. And that way, we don't need to use up as much of my wood producing fuel for now. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that transaction. So once we can pick up some domestic fuel, that'll take care of a lot of issues there. It's just not enough. Come on, deliver the iron ore. There we go. All right. These guys are able to start working on this. The alpacas are right here. They're taunting you. Come on, build that sucker up. You know you want it. What else do we have as far as, let's say, raw materials, planks? We still have 100. We haven't used any planks up. Okay. This sand pit was probably not the highest priority, Mr. Builder, but all right. One citizen has no clothes. I'm working on it as fast as I can, dang it. All right, blame the hunters for not bringing me enough leather. At least they're bringing me something. Certainly a heck of a lot better than it used to be. All right, so there's a sand pit. Don't need this many people working over here. What do we want to produce? Clay. Because without clay, I can't finish building up the apiary. There you go. All right, so we're working on this. Oh gosh, they're making like no progress. None. It's gonna suck so bad. All right, well, we're gonna rely on luck here at this point, I think. We are literally gonna be relying on luck just to get some leather so I'll be able to continue making clothes. Unless I'm an idiot and there's something else we can do, but I'm pretty sure there's not. Let's turn off the ferry. No longer need anyone working over there. And you, I assume, can sail through the bridge. You can. This has always been kind of weird, even in regular Banished. I kind of wish that they had ways to get around that. But it's not exactly feasible for me to be getting lifting bridges at this era of the game, am I right? Still no animals discovered yet. All right. How many more women we got over here? A lot. We got a lot of farm women who have no husbands, and therefore, no babbies. It's very disappointing, actually. Alrighty, well, hopefully we get some more immigrants soon. I see them on the horizon. It's just gonna be another year or so, maybe a year and a half. Ugh, all right. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If so, I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time.